Ever had a great idea for a video, but you just didn't have the time or the team to make it happen? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. We're going to see how artificial intelligence is completely changing the game for creators. Okay, so let's just kick things off with a huge what if. What if you could take a story you just wrote and boom, turn it into an animated video without being an animator? Or what if you could take an hour-long interview and get a perfect audio summary in just a few clicks? And look, this isn't some sci-fi dream. This is the reality of the tools we're looking at today. Alright, so here's the big idea, the main takeaway for today. AI isn't just a passive tool you pick up and use anymore. Nope, it's evolving into something more like a creative partner, a co-producer, and it works in two really powerful ways. First, by generating brand new content from scratch, and second, by analyzing existing content to pull out all the key ideas. Here's a cool way to think about it. Imagine AI playing two totally different roles. On one hand, it's your virtual director taking your script and actually bringing it to life on screen, and on the other hand, it's this incredibly fast research assistant watching hours of video for you and then just handing you the highlights. Let's see what that actually looks like in practice. Okay, first up, let's look at AI in its creator role, the virtual director. We're going to explore how some really incredible tools can now take simple text and, just like that, turn it into some seriously engaging video content. If you've ever tried to make a video, the struggle is real. You've got this awesome story, a perfect script, but then turning that into visuals, syncing up the audio, animating stuff, man, it's a huge time-sucking job. You usually need a whole team for that. But what if the AI could do all the heavy lifting for you? Well, with a tool like CapCut, you can give it a simple prompt, like a story about Superman, and as our source notes, it'll generate a whole storyline. It's not just filling in the gaps, it's building the entire narrative foundation for you. That's where the magic really starts. And what's so wild is just how simple this whole workflow is. You literally just paste your script into the tool. From there, you pick a voice. You can use a preset AI one or even record your own, and then here comes the magic. You pick a visual style, say us comic, and the AI just generates all the scenes. After that, it's just a few final touches. Add some music, tweak the fonts, and you hit export. It's like having a whole production studio with just a few clicks. Insane. And check this out. This is what really shows how efficient it is. The AI doesn't just read your script, it gets it. Like the source says, it's going to auto-split the script. It automatically breaks down your story into separate scenes. I mean, that feature alone saves a ridiculous amount of tedious editing time. Okay, so we've seen AI as the creator, the director. Now let's flip the coin and look at its other superpower, being an analyst. We're talking about taking hours and hours of video and boiling it all down to the most important parts. And yeah, this is the other big problem for all of us, right? Information overload. There's so much amazing long-form content out there, interviews, lectures, you name it, but who has the time to watch it all and pull out the key info? It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack for real. Well, this is where a tool like Google's NotebookLM is a total game changer, and the process is, you're not going to believe how simple this is. You just grab a YouTube link and paste it and that's it. The AI goes to work analyzing the entire video's content. Once it's done, you just tell it what kind of summary you're looking for. And what's really cool is that the outputs are designed for different things. You can ask for an audio overview, which basically turns a long video into this little mini podcast summary you can share, or you can get a video overview, which is like an instant report, pulling the main ideas right into a presentation format. It's all about smartly repurposing content for whatever platform you need. And you can see right away how useful this is. Like our source Rio Gaming Nexus puts it, this is, quote, very good for podcasts or PowerPoint presentations. It's just a super smart way to repurpose content and save a ton of time, whether you're a student, a researcher, or, another creator. Alright, so let's zoom out and put these pieces together. We've looked at two really powerful but very different AI functions, and they're both completely changing how content gets made. This isn't just about one cool new app, it's about a whole new toolkit for creators. Yeah, this table really breaks it down nicely. On one side, you've got AI as the creator with a tool like CapCut. You feed it a script, the AI's action is to generate something new, and you get a finished video. On the other side, you've got AI as the summarizer with NotebookLM. You give it a video, the AI's action is to analyze it, and you get a neat little summary. See? Two sides of the same creative coin. Okay, so what are the big takeaways here? First, AI is way more than just a tool now. It's a co-producer. We've seen it can be a director, generating a full video from just a script, and it can be a research assistant distilling hours of video into a perfect summary, and really it's that dual power that's so revolutionary. It just speeds up the entire content life cycle from that first little spark of an idea all the way to the final repurposed clip. And that leaves us with one last big thought. All these barriers to creating and understanding complex media, they're just falling away. The tools are getting simpler, faster, and way more powerful. So the question isn't really how you're going to make something anymore. The real question is, with AI as your co-producer, what new stories are you going to tell?